Hey everyone, Richard here. I have a quick pickup today I figured I'd show, so let's just get into this. Alright, so like I said, quick pickup today. This is something, I guess, a little unusual for me to pick up. I do watch this stuff. I do pick up this kind of thing every now and then. But it's definitely not my typical thing. I actually picked up a Pulp magazine. This Pulp is Argosy. I'm not quite sure how to say it. Argosy. October 1931. And for those who don't know what this is one of the Zorro pulps. This is the first part of the third ever Zorro story. The first one being the Mark of Zorro, it says right here. Then there's the Further Adventures of Zorro. And then this one right here is Zorro Rides Again. This one actually has a Zorro cover, which is why I wanted it. But I've been following Zorro listings for quite a long time. More comic listings than pulps, honestly. But even in the recent couple years, I've been looking at pulps more. And this came up, and I lowballed big time. An offer on it, like 60% off asking price. And to my surprise, they accepted it. It's definitely in low grade. I actually added a little bit of archival tape to it just to keep it together because it was definitely falling apart. But for something from 1931, you kind of expect that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Zorro. I grew up with Zorro. Half of my family is Mexican, Spanish speaking. My grandma's name is Carmelita. And before superheroes, before Pokemon and everything, it was Zorro. I actually would dress up with a mask and cape and stuff as a kid. I think I was Zorro for Halloween a few times. So I've always been a very big fan of Zorro. And yeah, I'm just excited to have like a little piece of history of Zorro. I might end up tracking down more of it because this is actually a 4-part story. This is part 1, and then there's 3 after it for this Zorro Rides Again story. But yeah, just it's really cool. The early pulps of Zorro were very sparse and in between because Mark of Zorro was supposed to be the first and kind of the only story. But then it saw success in film, so he went back and wrote more with Further Adventures and then Mark of Zorro. Then after, Zorro Rides Again, and then after Zorro Rides Again, they went and wrote a bunch of other stories in the West magazine. Yeah, just I figured it was cool. Again, just a quick video. I figured I'd share it. I might actually send it off to be encapsulated at some point, even though I know it's not going to grade well at all. Just because I think it'll display nice. And it'll say up on the label that's the third ever Zorro story and stuff like that. Even though this is probably a 0.5, honestly, because there's a big old chunk out of the back of it where there's a few pages missing story. Not the Zorro story, it's one of the extra stories. But I still think it'd be fun to have this on display at some point. It's not common, and I paid very little for it, so it's kind of a win in my book with that. But yeah, quick video showing this Argosy from October of 1931. Zorro Rides Again, Zorro cover, and it's his third ever story. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Just a quick video. Wanted to show it before I put it away. Yeah, take care everyone.